Hello, everyone. Valfius here. But I suppose you would already know that having clicked on the channel, whether through YouTube or Discord. So it kind of feels silly introducing myself, but it is a habit of mine. It is kind of a staple of the channel at this point. So hi, I'm Valfius. How's it going? Um, Aside from popping into a few chats, I have been almost entirely silent on the internet front. I have been fairly busy working, playing some games here and there, but mostly just, not really having that much time to be online. And I do want to apologize for that. And I want to also just kind of apologize for, well, for that. And I want to just apologize for having to put the channel on hiatus when I did. It was rather sudden. I did have to completely cut off a couple of projects. Just I'm not going to finish Zelda or Hades 2 on stream now, and that is unfortunate. But you know how it goes. My financial situation demanded it, and it is because of that. It's because of a similar vein, like a similar problem, that I'm going to be on hiatus for much longer than anticipated. When I made my announcement video to go on hiatus, I don't think I really went into any kind of like timelines or time frames or anything like that, and that was kind of intentional. I did have an idea of about how long I thought I was going to be on hiatus, but I didn't want to like say anything and then have to retract it later for reasons. Which is a good thing that I decided to go that route, because things are not working out the way I had intended. I was originally hoping to only be on hiatus for, a few months, like maybe half a year at the most. But as of right now, it's looking like I will probably be on hiatus until at least early next year, early 2027. And there's several things that are contributing to that. It's like everything in my life is conspiring to keep me from streaming, it seems like. But the biggest one is just how damn expensive everything is getting. And I probably don't have to tell anyone, that anyway, like everything is just getting pretty damn expensive. So, like, my savings goals are taking longer to achieve than, they would have otherwise. I'm not gonna, like, get into details about, like, why that could be, but, I'm sure anyone paying attention can probably connect the dots for that. But yeah, there's that. There's my work schedule continuing to be unsteady. I apologize for having to constantly clear my throat. I am getting over a bit of a sickness here. I done lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, everything being too expensive, my work schedule being a bit unpredictable. Like, it is starting to improve. I'm not actively working two jobs now. I was able to like drop one of those in favor for more hours in the other, and things are a bit more stable because of that. But you know how it goes. Um, but yeah, as of right now, until at least early 2027, I will not be returning to streaming. But I can promise that I will make an announcement video either in December or January of next year, kind of like giving y'all an update as far as like what's going on there. Maybe by that point I'll have like a solid return to streaming date, but again, at this point I'm just not going to promise anything. But if that was all that I was going to say here, like, I wouldn't make this video. But I do want to go ahead and kind of let y'all know that when I do return to streaming, things are going to be just a little different. Now, I don't want that to scare y'all or anything. Like, I'm still going to be the same Valfius, I'm not going to, like, try to put on a completely different streaming persona or anything like that. I just don't have the energy for it, to be completely honest. But, things will be a bit different. I am really considering turning Valfius TV into a channel where I'm focusing on either a single game or like a single series. And that is a complete departure from how I've done things in the past. Like y'all know how I am. Like I've jumped between games like crazy. I think at one point I was juggling like 4 games on the channel at once, switching between them like on an almost day-by-day basis. And that's just not really how channels grow on Twitch. You know, you look at how and not that I want to like try to be like a big streamer by any means, but it's like you look at how some of the most successful people on Twitch are. They tend to either focus on a single game, or that's how their career started, and then once they got big enough, they were able to diversify from there and, you know, maintain a fairly decent following. And I am increasingly like of the opinion that if I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing this, I do need to make at least a little money. just a little bit. Just I never expect to make a career out of this or anything, but, you know, it would be nice to make some cash. And so, like, on that front, I will be trying to, you know, I don't know yet, like, what game and or series I want to try to do this with. Like, that's something that's kind of, like, I'm still working out in the back of my brain, and also in the front of it. Like my entire brain is considering this problem, but you know, I do want to take a single game or at least a single series and kind of make a project out of it. You know, try to, at least for a couple of years, like more or less make a career out of that game. And there's like a variety of paths that you know, I could do this with. Like, I could try focusing on a multiplayer game. Like, you know, I spent a few years of my youth playing StarCraft. That is a that is a possibility. I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about it, and I may end up not going down this route and just kind of accepting that I am a variety guy. Although, even if I'm not going to try to make a career off of a single game, I do need to, like, rein myself in a bit, regardless, and not juggle 3 or 4 games at the same time. Not even 2 at the same time if I can help it. Like, you know, I need to learn how to focus. But that's my current thought process as far as, like, you know, when I do return to streaming sometime next year. Hopefully really early next year, but, you know, that depends on things. I do want to have a clear focus for the channel moving forward. So again, apologies for what kind of amounts to a radio silence, but that's, again, what happens when the channel goes on hiatus. We just stop producing things. And until next time, this is Valfius signing out. I hope y'all have a good one. Bye.